Let's start with a story, a modern ghost story, if you will. A tale not of spirits and specters, but of something far more pervasive and contemporary. Meet Dave, a regular guy, just like you or me, who loves dogs, especially his golden retriever, Max. He also harbors a deep-seated aversion to cilantro, that leafy green herb that some adore, and others, like Dave, find utterly repulsive. And on occasion, when he's feeling particularly adventurous, he sometimes watches competitive cheese rolling, that bizarre sport where people chase a wheel of cheese down a steep hill. One afternoon, Dave is hanging out with his friend Sarah. They're just chatting, laughing, and out of nowhere, Dave jokes with Sarah about the monsters from Space Jam. A completely random, silly moment, a fleeting reference to a childhood memory. Later that night, as many of us do, Dave finds himself idly scrolling through social media on his phone, when suddenly, an ad pops up, a vintage Monsters t-shirt, the very characters he was joking about just hours before. The caption accompanying the ad? Still think they had game? A direct callback to their conversation. Dave freezes, a chill running down his spine. This is far too specific, too targeted to simply be a coincidence. It feels uncanny. But it's not magic, not some supernatural force at play. It's an algorithm, a complex web of code constantly watching, listening, and analyzing every digital footprint we leave behind. Not a ghost in the traditional sense, but lines of code, meticulously designed to know you better than you know yourself, all for the seemingly innocuous purpose of selling you a t-shirt or whatever else they think you might want. This is the world of big tech data collection, a sprawling invisible network that permeates every aspect of our lives and from which it feels increasingly inescapable. We've all been opted in, willingly or not, usually without bothering to read the fine print, those endless pages of terms and conditions. We click agree without a second thought for every new app or service we download, trading away small pieces of ourselves, our privacy, for the sake of convenience and instant gratification. But what are we really agreeing to when we blindly click that button? The answer in most cases is almost everything. Our most private moments, the photos we share, the conversations we have, all become data points in a vast, ever-growing database. Our interests, our jokes, the things we search for online, and even our fleeting, half-formed thoughts are meticulously tracked, analyzed, and ultimately monetized for profit. The ghost in the machine is not just a metaphor, it's real, and it's perpetually hungry, constantly craving more and more of your data. Welcome to the age where your life, your experiences, your very being is the product. The story of Dave, the man who loves dogs and hates cilantro, is in many ways the story of all of us. And this is not some dystopian future we're hurtling towards. It's happening right now, and it's just the beginning. Imagine your daily life as a walk through a digital forest. Every action leaves a breadcrumb. Checking the weather? You've shared your location. Using a map app, you've mapped your route, speed, and destination. Every device, phone, laptop, TV, tracks what you do, what you watch, and where you go. These breadcrumbs connect, forming a detailed web of your habits. Your smartphone is the ultimate tracking device, always with you, always collecting. Data from different apps and devices merge, creating a profile more complete than you realize. This surveillance is silent and invisible, happening while you live your life. You are the product, and your story is told in data. The price of the modern internet is your digital life. Let's talk about the tools, the instruments, the mechanisms big tech uses to track you. It's a complex web of technologies designed to monitor your every move online, and increasingly, offline as well. Cookies, tiny text files. Remember your logins and shopping carts, making your browsing experience smoother and more personalized. But third-party cookies track you across the web, following you from site to site, building a profile of your interests and habits. Visit a news site, and ad networks plant their own cookies, often without your explicit consent, following you everywhere, across all your devices, creating a comprehensive picture of your online activity. Tracking pixels, tiny, invisible images, let companies know when you open emails, confirming that their message reached you, what device you use, and even your location, providing valuable data for targeted advertising and marketing. It's like a digital tripwire. You don't see it, but someone gets an alert every time you interact with their content. Beacons in stores detect your phone via Bluetooth, silently communicating with your device. Tracking your movements in the real world, mapping your shopping habits and preferences. Linger in the cereal aisle. That's logged, adding another data point to your consumer profile. These tools bridge your online and offline lives, blurring the lines between the digital and physical worlds, creating a seamless surveillance profile, a comprehensive dossier of your habits, interests, and behaviors. You never explicitly agreed to this level of tracking. It's often buried in lengthy terms of service agreements. Cookies, pixels, and beacons work together to paint a detailed picture of you, a portrait built from your digital interactions. Your preferences, routines, and even your secrets become data points, feeding the ever-hungry algorithms. The surveillance is constant, a 24/7 operation, always collecting and analyzing. And you're rarely aware of it, operating under the illusion of privacy. This is the hidden cost of convenience, the price we pay for seamless digital experiences. Your digital shadow is always growing, expanding with every click, search, and purchase. And it's not going away. This persistent tracking is becoming the new normal. Your smartphone is a marvel and a tracking device you carry everywhere. GPS pinpoints your location with scary accuracy, logging your every move. Every map search, check-in, or photo can reveal your coordinates. Companies build a detailed history of your movements, your commute, your gym, your favorite bar, even your home. Even with GPS off, your phone talks to cell towers and Wi-Fi networks, revealing your location. This data is sold to brokers, used for targeted ads, and sometimes bought by government agencies. A single phone's data can reveal your entire life, work, home, school, even medical visits. Anonymity is an illusion. With enough data, anyone can be identified. Your phone knows where you've been and who you are. Location history is a goldmine for companies and a risk for you. The story your movements tell is more revealing than you think. Your privacy is mapped, tracked, and sold. And you rarely know it's happening. Surveillance isn't just in your pocket. It's in your home. Smart speakers like Alexa and Google Home are always listening for their wake word, but often record more than you realize. Accidental activations mean private moments can be sent to company servers, and sometimes reviewed by real people. Smart TVs log everything you watch. Smart doorbells record everyone at your door. Even your fridge and thermostat can track your habits. Each device is another sensor, feeding data to tech giants. Your home becomes a data farm, not a sanctuary. The price of convenience is constant surveillance. Why all this tracking, this constant monitoring of our online activities? What's the driving force behind the relentless collection of our digital footprints? One word: money. It all boils down to cold, hard cash. Your data is the most valuable commodity of the digital age. More precious than oil, more sought after than gold. It's the fuel that powers the modern economy. Targeted ads are the main business, the engine that drives the data economy. Your profile, meticulously crafted from your online behavior, lets companies reach you with surgical precision. They can pinpoint your interests, your desires, and your vulnerabilities. But it's not just ads. The implications are far broader and more insidious. It's about influencing your behavior and opinions, subtly nudging you in certain directions. With enough data, companies build psychological profiles, incredibly detailed portraits of who you are, what makes you tick, and what you're likely to do. This allows them to shape what you buy, carefully curating your consumer experience. Believe, influencing the very foundations of your worldview. And even how you vote, subtly swaying your political leanings. Data also trains artificial intelligence, feeding the algorithms that are rapidly reshaping our world. Your voice, captured and analyzed to improve voice recognition software. Photos, used to refine facial recognition technology. And searches make their systems smarter, constantly learning and evolving. You're doing unpaid labor, contributing to the growth of these powerful systems without any direct compensation. Feeding the very machines that profit from you. Enriching the tech giants at your expense. The more data they collect, the more powerful they become, consolidating their dominance over the digital landscape. It's a self-perpetuating loop, a cycle that reinforces itself. More data, better products, more profit, more data. The cycle continues endlessly. You are the raw material in this digital gold rush, the resource that fuels the fortunes of Silicon Valley, the circle of life. If Simba was a data point and the savannah was owned by big tech, controlled by algorithms and driven by profit, your digital soul is up for sale, constantly being bid on and traded in the digital marketplace. And the market is booming, reaching unprecedented heights. This is the business of you, the commodification of your very being. Big tech isn't the only one profiting from your data. Enter data brokers, shadowy companies you've never heard of, buying and selling your personal information. They collect from everywhere. Public records, credit cards, apps, and more. Your profile includes income, health, hobbies, even political leanings. These profiles are sold to advertisers, political campaigns, landlords, insurers, anyone willing to pay. Your data can affect your job, insurance, or even your rent, often without your knowledge. Law enforcement can buy your location data, sidestepping legal protections. The government outsources surveillance to the private sector. The data you gave up for a coupon can end up in a government database. Your digital life is a commodity, bought, sold, and used against you. What's the worst that can happen? It's not just creepy ads. Data breaches are constant. Your personal info can end up for sale to criminals. Algorithms can discriminate, denying you jobs, loans, or housing based on biased data. You may never know why you were rejected. Surveillance chills free expression. Knowing you're watched makes you self-censor. Privacy is essential for freedom and creativity. Your data can put you at risk of real harm. Location leaks can endanger victims of abuse or stalking. Digital vulnerabilities become physical threats. The risks are real. Your safety, security, and freedom are at stake. Your data is a map of your life, and in the wrong hands, it's dangerous. The stakes go far beyond targeted ads. This is about your right to exist unobserved. Feeling overwhelmed? You're not powerless. You can't stop all tracking, but you can make it harder. Start with your privacy settings, turn off unnecessary location tracking, and add personalization. Review app permissions. Does that game need your microphone? Probably not. Use privacy-focused browsers and search engines. Install ad blockers. Be careful what you share. Online quizzes and fun posts often harvest your data. Use strong, unique passwords and a password manager. Enable two-factor authentication for extra security. Be skeptical of free services. If you're not paying, you're the product. These steps won't make you invisible, but they help reclaim some control. Every act of digital hygiene is resistance. Privacy matters, not because you're hiding, but because you're worth protecting. The fight for privacy is the fight for yourself. Build your sandcastle, even if the tide is high. You deserve a life that's yours alone.